All right, all right, all right. Buff Nation, good evening. We got some cool news pieces to talk about. Let me know who's watching, what your thoughts are. Appreciate the like and the comments, and the comments. I'll help spread this out to other Buffs fans. But some pretty interesting pieces of news to talk through. And before I get started, shout out to Yo Martez. Shout out my good friend Martez. SCO Buffs. Use that as the promo code for 10% off. And if you haven't seen my video with Rawhide earlier today, we went through preview the full Colorado schedule for 2024. I got the Buffs, at 9-3 right now. I've been called a hater for saying that. I've been called, a Kool-Aid drinker for that prediction. But yeah, I'm going with the Buffs in most of those toss-up games, right now. But curious to see what you guys think about the schedule and all of that. But thank you, Chanel. Yeah, going a little bit more casual today. Not to say I wasn't dressed up for part of the day. I'm one of those guys that got a client meeting, I throw on a different outfit, take it off immediately after for the most part. But hey, let's get into this. An in-home visit, you say. So often we've been talking about, is this staff, are they taking recruitment seriously? Man. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We'll dive into a little bit more about CJ Hurd and all this here in just a minute. But first off, I want to give a shout out to Keep It Buffs on Twitter. Keep It Real Buffs. Please go follow this account. They know everything. They're posting everything along with the rest of the Buffs Twitter community. But he's definitely one that's been doing this for quite a while. Really appreciate it. He comes out and says, 2024 safety CJ Hurd is now down to Colorado and UCLA. Wonderful. Safety out of Atlanta, Georgia, 3-star rated guy. Okay. And here's what he writes, or here's what's written in the 24/7 article. Woodward Academy safety CJ Hurd tells 24/7 Sports he will announce his commitment on February 8th. And the senior added he's down to Colorado and UCLA. The Bruins will get an official visit this weekend, and Hurd says he'll take an unofficial visit to Boulder this week as well. Both programs are also making in-home visits this week. You'll love to see it. The 5'11", 194-pound Hurd highlighted what stands out about each program regarding Colorado. I play DB. Coach Prime is the best DB ever play. Why not get coached by the best player to ever play the position? They want me staying in contact and been showing lots of love. They also need a safety. That's right. Coach Prime is going to win now also. They have a lot of NFL experience also on their staff, so that's good. And maybe we might get some more with this DC hire that hopefully is coming this week, right? So shout out to Keep It Real Buffs for keeping all of us up to date, especially with this information. Now, as we get into CJ Hurd, 5'11", 193 pounds on here, 194 in the article, whatnot. Top 100 player in Georgia. And yeah, earlier in the year was crystal ball to Florida State, but now it's down to between UCLA and Colorado. And man, I feel like we must have a pretty good shot be in the top two, right? And hey, there's rumors that Chip Kelly might go to the NFL with an OC position. So hey, why not just come to Colorado, man? We're building something pretty exciting. An unofficial visit scheduled for February 1st. I believe that is Thursday, with the official visit for UCLA on Friday. And he'll make his decision. That must be a week from Thursday or something like that. Maybe next Thursday or Friday is February 8th. So not too far away. We will find out here very, very shortly. But hey, this is a player that I really like. Before we dive into his huddle tape, I'm going to read this here. Two-way player that was deployed primarily at SAF as a senior at safety, as a senior at Woodward Academy in the 10-game regular season, totaled 41 tackles, 6 pass breakups, and a forced fumble on defense, while also accounting for 141 yards of total offense per max preps. Picked off a pass in the playoffs against Houston County. As a junior, racked up 65 tackles, 4 for loss, 3 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and a sack. His team went to the playoffs last year. So, hey, exciting stuff. I love it. Y'all know by now we only got 6 high school guys coming in here right now in our 2024 recruiting class. Some are already enrolled on campus. And, hey, could CJ Hurd become that number 7? I mean, I would be thrilled. I would absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and throw some of this tape on here while I comment a bit on what I like about his game. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even sharing my screen. It's just late in the day. Hey, Guru, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Guru gave us the heads up a while ago, so that was pretty cool. But man, this is a guy. He kind of reminds me of Jaden Milner-Jones tape a little bit. I like the attitude that he plays with, and I think he's got a good nose for the ball. I think he tackles really well. He's a guy that plays with good aggression, I think, and has some good coverage skills as well. Now, does he have look at that hit. Look at that hit. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? And then look at this. Look how he knocks this guy out of bounds. Watch this. See, I like that type of tenacity. I like that type of competitive nature. And I guess it was a touchback. Did he fumble out of bounds? Did he cause that? Anyways, beautiful. You're not seeing him give up on those plays. And then look at this hit. Bam. I mean, just clotheslined him, basically. But yeah, his tape kind of reminds me of what I was seeing from Jaden Milner-Jones. I mean, he's a guy that can play the run really well. You can bring him up into the box. Again, has some cover skills. He doesn't have, I would say, elite speed as, you might see with some, higher rated safeties or DBs. But I think he can become a really good college football player. And I mean, give him a little bit of time to get acclimated, develop a little bit. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I want to go back and watch that one. I mean, look how he finds the right hole. He times that snap really well. Big tackle for loss. I love to see that. And I mean, our safety room, we're going to have Shiloh gone. We're going to have Cameron Silman Craig gone after this year, right? So, Preston Hodge, I can't remember if he's got multiple years of eligibility left, but you would think that Jaden Milner-Jones is going to be one of those safeties that's going to be starting for us here in 2025, kind of in line to do that. And then outside of that, I mean, who knows? I think Miles Slusher will be gone as well after this next year. So that would be cool. I've always been a proponent of seeing him or seeing Carter Stoutmeyer move to safety as well. I think that position might serve him a little bit better than boundary corner. So, but right now, in terms of if we're looking 2-3 years out, right now for our depth chart, we're looking a little light at the safety position compared to other positions such as, wide receiver. I mean, we got those layers that we've really talked about that we need to start developing. And CJ Hurd's a guy that could definitely add to that. And I like the way that he plays. Again, I like the attitude. You can see how that pops off on tape. Solid hitter, and we need guys that can tackle really well. We had so many missed tackles last year. I think this is a guy that can tackle really well and play the run really well. Again, that was an area of weakness for us this past year, and I like how you can kind of move him a little bit all over the place. I mean, you see him play slot, you see him play back in that free safety position, you see him play up in the box, as a run defending safety. You've seen him play a little bit of boundary corner as well. So I like his versatility that he adds. But I think one of his biggest strengths is his pursuit and finding the open field runner and bringing him down in space. I really like that. Got a great nose for the football. So hey, if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, I mean, why do you want to go 3 time zones over? I mean, Mountain West or the Mountain Time Zone, a little bit closer to home, not as tough to get to. And I mean, hey, we're going to be playing in the Big 12, so a lot of those games won't be too far away from Georgia. Like we're going to Orlando later this year, so I would love to see him commit here. Uh, you know, this feels like it's the right fit. I think we got great momentum going with this. And look, I mean, taking some snaps at running back as well. I mean, that's cool. Again, 141 yards of total offense this past year. So that's wonderful. But hey, we got to win this recruiting battle with UCLA, man. That's the least. That's like the smallest way we can get back at them for, with them just kicking our butt this year. So with that being said, I'll let these highlights roll. This is a long highlight tape with CJ Hurd. So, but again, credit to the coaching staff. I was hoping that we would get a high school DB to commit in this 24 class. And hey, I mean, this would be awesome. This would be